Hey, you guys, and welcome to American Culture. It seems like a lot of us out there, we're at the point where we know our person is on the way, but we have to end those dysfunctional patterns. If you know you're done learning and it's time to grow and evolve, you have to also identify what you're looking for. And it's usually that God-based person that knows how to love God's way. And those first two characteristics are to be patient and kind. And so you start asking yourself, especially as a guy, am I approaching females with patience and kindness in mind? Unfortunately, a lot of men don't. And I'm about to tell you some things that you do that kind of prove that and have those good women saying, you know what? Not today. Problem number one is simple. A lot of times you guys cancel. It's like, oh, okay, I asked somebody to go do something on Friday, it's Tuesday. And if they don't give you the 15 conversations and the 500 text messages, suddenly it's like, oh, they're not interested, let me cancel. Now, ladies, what men are doing when they do that, when they've said, I want to do something, and then they're backing out of it, they're doing it because they want to see if you're interested in them. Well, I'll get into a little bit more detail about that in just a second. But really what they're saying is, I want to go, but I want to see if you want to go. And so as a woman, if you say, oh no, I was really looking forward to it, chances are that guy will say, well, let me see what I can do. I can move this up. If we can do it later, we can still go. And so in that moment, he's a hero. He's changed things for you. He's fixed things. Oh, and you guys actually make it. But like I say, the reality is just to test to see if you're interested. Because the thing is, a lot of people, we approach relationships as if they're transactions. And if you're going to do that, then start looking at it like you're banking. There are different types of men. There's the one that's going to go out there and acquire because he knows that he's got a portfolio and a holding firm. He knows that he's got value, that's got value, and I need it because I want it to be the foundation of what I build from here on out. He's going to appreciate it. He's going to take care of it. However, there are also men out there who live off the interest. They constantly are thinking about what they're putting in and what they should be getting out. Now, this goes back to the other day with my video about what creates the irreconcilable difference of you owe me. And you can see how from day one, we often start off feeling like the other person owes us interest, even though we haven't invested anything to get it back. You see, a woman who is exhibiting true love, which is that patience, she's going to wait. She's not going to, between Tuesday, Friday, or however long the initiation to the actual meeting takes place, call you and text you and try to formulate a relationship with you because she knows it's just a fantasy. And the major problem that's got you all messed up is that you keep on building up all these fantasies of people in your mind and then only seeing that when they show up. You don't really take time to get to know the real them, their passions, their like, to figure out if they're kind or like you. It's all fantasy filled. So as a woman who knows true and unconditional love, she's not trying to do that. She's going to be patient and she's going to wait for the man to leave. Now, if during the course of that time he asks her how she's doing, and she's going to respond to him. But again, it's not going to be this, let's build up the idea, the fantasy, so that when we get together, we get to experience the fruitfulness of this account. I liken it, you guys, to going to a bank as somebody who's living off interest. You call them, you say, hey, I want to do this. Hey, this is what I've got. That's wonderful, but you can't go in there the next day and say, give me the interest that I got on the investment from the account I never opened. And so, guys, when you're sitting there making that false scenario of I've got to cancel, I've got to do this, just to see if they're interested, it's like going to a bank where you have no account and saying, give me what I should have if I had put this in there. First and foremost, show up. That's it. Patience is actually being able to wait on knowing I have the opportunity to get to know you and I'm going to get there and do that. Kindness is actually showing up for that. The second part is just that. A lot of men, they become unkind. They start doing to women what they wouldn't necessarily want a woman to do to them. And the major way that they introduce this is by telling them, there's another woman here and she's kind of in the same position as you. She does the same stuff. She kind of looks the same. She's this and that. So what that does, you guys, is that comparison trap. Again, you don't think that you're getting enough interest back from a woman. So you're essentially telling her, you're not special. I want you to hear that. And again, go back to banking and think special interest rate. It's double what the interest should be. Could it be that you haven't put in enough to get back the interest that you seek? And now because you feel some type of way, you're going out there and trying to find this and that and better? What woman would sign up for that? Especially at a point where she doesn't know what makes you happy, unhappy, brings you up, takes you down, the whole 9 yards. But what you're telling her is that the moment I feel unsettled, I'm going to go out there and look for somebody else, and they're all over the place. Why would you do that to yourself? So for men, your second fatal flaw, aside from the whole canceling thing and then trying to see, okay, are you interested in me when you haven't done anything to gain interest, is introducing comparison. It's like you finding something great to add to your portfolio. It is a fabulous value, and then still trying to lowball it. Oh, I'll give you $10 million for that Toronto property that's worth $100 million. Who's going to sell to that? They're not. You're going to miss out on an opportunity that you have all the ability to acquire simply because you're trying to go about it very cheaply. You want way more back for what you're putting in. You're already starting the process of the irreconcilable difference, thinking that somebody owes you interest for something you haven't even invested yet, which is time, patience, kindness. So, there are, like I say, there are some things that people do, and it's all linked to your childhood, you guys. A lot of times when men grow up with mothers who are emotionally distant and kind of keep them at an arm's length, they don't really go out there with an emphasis on trying to acquire things because they never really got to see a man function that way, and they didn't see a woman want to be acquired. So it's not really something they know how to do. All we do know how is to say, I've got this, now give me that for this. And that becomes the entirety of whatever relationship you're trying to form. So as a quality woman who has reached mental stability and knows how to love through patience and kindness, she's just looking for you to do to her what you would want somebody to do with you. You want somebody to follow through, she wants you to follow through. You want somebody who's consistent, she wants somebody who's consistent. She wants somebody that sees only her the same way you do. And so when you introduce that you're incapable of only seeing her, why do you think she would sit there and try to invite a bidding war when she knows her value? If this is $100 million property and you're offering me a $10 assessment for that, I'm not going to lower my price and then open up the bid to you. What does it do? If there are others that you find just as valuable, please go over there. It's what the banker would say. If they have offered you the best rate for whatever it is that you got, and you say, well, this one does it better, they're going to tell you, go over there. Because at a certain point, the bank isn't going to lose out in order to win you over. And that's what you're introducing. When you're saying, I cannot be a one-woman man from day one, you're essentially saying, I need you to lose out in order to win me over? No, thank you. So yeah, if you want that stability-based, God-based woman, understand that she's going to lead with two characteristics. She's going to be patient. She's going to be kind. She's going to treat you the way that she wants to be treated. And her primary desire is to look at who you are for who you are. She's not trying to pre-create no fantasy so that she doesn't actually see who you are and get to interact with you until one day she's surprised when you're not doing what she wants you to do. No, from the very beginning, she knows how to take it slow and really see you for who you are and who God made you to be for her. That's a very good thing. But you also have to mirror those characteristics. You too have to learn how to be patient. You too have to learn how to be kind. If the opportunity is there, simply take it. Turn off the living off the interest and turn on the I am a man who has an entire holding company, an empire to build. I am looking for quality things to acquire. In fact, I am looking for the centerpiece of my holding company right now. That's what you need to take the attitude of out there doing, coming forth, and stop looking at, are they giving me the right kinds of interest? If she's willing to show up, she's interested. Have a blessed day, you guys.